Hello everyone, welcome to my video. Let's get right into it. When film critics hand out negative judgments, we're often called mean. And if that were actually the case, our list of the year's worst movies would be the meanest thing we do. Yet where the word mean suggests an element of malice, we like to think that this particular occasion for insult and invective isn't really about us. It's about movies that were, in fact, so bad that they almost challenged us to describe all the ways they went so wrong. If you think we're mean, then so be it. We'd like to think we're just accurate. So here are top 5 worst movies of 2022. Number 5. The 355 Everett Collector dream cast of top female talents, including Penelope Cruz, Lupita Nyong'o and Jessica Chastain, teamed up to prove that spy movies aren't exclusively a boys' game. They weren't the first to try it. La Femme Nikita director Luc Besson has spent his entire career demonstrating as much, but they had the bad fortune of trusting Simon Kinberg to direct. This is the guy who botched the last X-Men movie, and here, he takes an Oscar-lauded cast and makes them look foolish. The man can't choreograph action, and the plot is laughably phony, like watching kids posed up behind door frames, finger guns cocked, yelling pew pew as they pantomime shooting one another. Simple fix: hire Joseph Kosinski for the sequel. It's far better suited to his sensibility and skill set. Number 4. Spiderhead, courtesy of Flicks in the tradition of James Cameron, who's not bad, but surprisingly unimaginative. Return to Pandora was the biggest letdown of 2022 for this Avatar admirer. VFX veteran Joseph Kosinski sets himself up for seemingly impossible tasks. When he succeeds, the results can be mind-blowing. Top Gun, Maverick, but he was a terrible match to adapt George Saunders' medical experimentation satire. So were Deadpool screenwriters Rhett Reese and Paul Willick. The original New Yorker story has a very tricky tone, featuring drug tests that can make subjects fall in love instantly, or murder someone when a different chemical is introduced. Kosinski miscasts Chris Hemsworth as the mad scientist and sets what should have been a low-key indie in what looks like a Bond villain's lair. Number 3. The bubbled Laura Radford / Netflix. Speaking of lockdown comedies, Netflix had another dud in Judd Apatow's painful industry spoof, in which the cast of the umpteenth installment in a brain-dead franchise winds up stuck in a posh English hotel together. I'm glad the brothers producer managed to get through pandemic surrounded by funny people, but by the time the film hit Netflix, the joke seemed played out. Even Borat breakout Maria Bakalova is wasted. The movie they're making, Cliff Beast 6, is clearly a riff on the Jurassic World movies, and while others would surely put the last film in that due-to-be-extinct series on their worst films list ahead of this one, Dominion was actually the first of the sequels, since The Lost World, that worked for me. Number 2. Big Bug, courtesy of Netflix at his Number 1. Blonde Matt Kennedy. Netflix playing a star as iconic and incandescent as Marilyn Monroe is no easy task, so casting was always going to be a problem for Andrew Dominik's soul-crushing NC-17 adaptation of the Joyce Carol Oates novel. Accent issues aside, Ana de Armas manages better than most. In one scene, analyzing Arthur Miller's Magda, she's actually quite good. But it's the director's one-dimensional take on Marilyn, which reduces this complex and unknowable woman to victim status, that makes the role so shallow. More troubling still is the way Dominik constructs his oppressively tasteful interpretation, quite different from Oates' more empathetic reading, around famous images of the star, insidiously ensuring that any time we see the original photos again, they'll be tainted by subconscious associations with this ugly, ungenerous portrait. This is the end of this video, so don't forget to subscribe because I'm dropping a part 2, and also like this video to support the channel. God bless.